Okay, part one. The part one challenge is to install Linux, choose a distro, install Linux, and play a game. That's it.
It took me longer to find the screw for the M.2 drive than it did for me to finish the entire first challenge.
Okay. I am a smart boy, and I keep all my M.2 screws in my motherboard. Even when I get a brand new board, I take all the M.2 screws and I put them in.
It was your motherboard. It wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, there
Bro.
you go, buddy. I did it with my new machine. So I have all my M.2 screws. Oh, it's that ASRock Aqua one, isn't it? Hey, look, price was right.
Oh, it was fantastic. I'm still stoked. I'm not complaining.
Your computer was free, sir.
I was only using it as like a reference to that I did the rest of it relatively quickly. That's
Show off. Anyway, the point is, I did not get it done that quickly. Okay, so part one is to play a game. I actually did not, strictly speaking, complete the part one challenge in like 3 hours.
Not strictly speaking?
Not strictly speaking, because my intention, when I actually created the original, here, I'm not signed into Trello on this machine, but when I created the original like Trello list of all the parts of this series, part one is supposed to be install and play a game on the distro of your choice.
Yeah.
Part two is supposed to be, I got to pull up Trello here because I can't remember exactly.
I think it was, install like Steam and play a game.
Linus
Because
Fuses.
Steam was the easy one.
Okay, part two is get your game streaming setup working perfectly. So mics, levels, capture, camera. I have to get a VPN working so that I can download assets, like just sort of general use stuff.
Okay.
Part three is get as many game launchers running as possible and run a game on them. So we're aiming to get as many of the big ones as we can, and even maybe some smaller ones. Part four is going to be fun. I've talked to James about this now, and it's going to be,
cool.
Hey, by the way, gaming is not the only thing you do. Do some other stuff. So we're going to have challenges like edit a quick video together, create a document, zip up some files and send them to someone, print something, watch Netflix, something to do with Excel, and don't do any of those things now.
Okay.
Don't get ahead of yourself on that one. No practicing for that one.
That one I'm not ahead on.
Okay.
The other ones I am.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm ahead on some of the streaming stuff too.
Okay.
So I'm already working on it. I'm just making a lot of notes because I think it's going to end up being a lot of screen capture and a lot of like kind of ranting about stuff. So as long as you're making notes and as long as you're screen recording as often as you can, then I think we're in pretty good shape. That was one of the reasons, actually, that I got some of the streaming stuff going.
Yeah, that's the same for me.
Before I even finished challenge one.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted to be able to screen cap.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Fortunately, OBS is a thing and mostly operates the same. So I was able to get that going. And then part five, I think, is honestly just going to be the conclusion, right? So we summarize and we make an ultimate decision about whether to go back to Windows or not. Talk about killer apps that we miss. Talk about killer apps on Linux that we're going to miss. What are the things we found that we really enjoyed? What are the things we hated? So now let's get back to part one and talk about how it is that I did not manage to complete the challenge. When I wrote this down, right, that was why I brought my phone out. I wrote part one, get Linux, or actually GNU/Linux, and play a game with sound. That's what it says verbatim, because yes, I even make jokes when I'm the only one who will ever read them.